J-Moore, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. First reaction coming live at 1:30 a.m. to break down this P-Valley episode 9. I'm here with the lovely Kay Leezy in the building.
Jay.
Hey, what's up? What's up? How you doing?
JAYMOOREREVIEWS after dark. How you doing?
All right, I'm hanging in there. Mm-hmm. So, what did you think about this episode so far? What's some of the things that stood out to you for this episode?
I love this episode, Jay. I really love this episode. I think I say that about everyone, right? That I really love it. So I think there was a lot to unpack in this episode. But I definitely liked how they got the wheels spinning for next week, right? With Big Bone. We know what she about to do. She about to take that woogie ring off of the dresser, right? I liked, of course, I like Lil Murda. I just like his energy. I really do like his energy. And I like Lil Murda, Jay. One question I was asking: how they so convinced it's Lil Murda that killed Pico? Why are they so convinced?
That's true.
That had me for a loop. Like,
you gotta be careful what you say in them songs.
But they know it's not him because remember, Maine said, well, the friend said he ain't claim it. So they know for a fact, well, they know it's not him as far as they don't have no concrete evidence. But why are they, pointing all the fingers at him? I don't know.
They've been beefing for a while anyway, so I guess it's simple for them to do. But like you say, they don't have no confirmation yet, so
right.
That's why they was kind of laying back and didn't try to go and take him out.
Well, so you think the scene was a setup? You think the whole scene was a setup to cause interference in the club so the hitters could get on stage to get at him? Or it was just brawl out?
Yeah, it just ended up being a little brawl or whatever with dude. It was kind of random. And Maine had to give him a little knuckle sandwich to shut his ass up.
Right.
Yeah, so I think that was kind of random. I think Cliff shouldn't have let so many of them in the club at one time. You asking for trouble.
Right.
Maybe switch it up. And one crew get in for this few hours. Then as they leaving out, rotate the next crew in. And that way you don't have them both at the same time and everybody get their fair time and they won't be calling no favoritism, stuff like that, maybe.
Because you got two massive rival crews in the spot at the same time. Well, you got drama. You just know you have drama and that's just it,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Melissa Rose said, "Hey Jay, you on this one early? Thank you. Thank you for coming through and
watching."
Right. And yeah, we on this one early, trying to get back into the swing of things for when Power and everything come out. So everybody get used to coming early to check it out.
Right.
But
P-Valley's giving us that energy too. So thanks to P-Valley.
Right. Damian Kinney said Kales wants some of that LaMarcus. LaMarcus stole my Kay Leezy.
Hello. Okay, he sure did.
So we have been getting a lot of graphic visual scenes this season. And this episode kicks it off with him hitting it from the back. Big Cliff, and Cliff big as the damn table already. I mean,
Cliff is the big red puppy.
I know, right?
Right, with the big red puppy. That's where he is right now.
Yeah, that right there, boy. Woo-wee. Wow. How many of y'all was surprised in the comments when you saw Cliff getting them back shots. Backshot LaMarcus instead of Lil Murder. We're gonna have to call him Backshot LaMarcus up in there.
Right. So you know what's funny is I was getting stuff ready. So when I came in at first, I just saw legs at the bottom, right? And I'm moving around getting it together. So I was watching it with my sister, and she's like, it's going down. It's going down. And I was like, oh Lord.
When I was watching it, I'm like,
I'm listening with my eye. I'm watching with my eyes closed.
I'm just speechless. Like, oh my goodness. This season, I've seen and learned more about the intricacies of their bedroom life than in my whole life added up together. So
let me ask you something, Jay. I'm not thinking that you're going to know the answer, but I'm just saying, you think that gay and lesbian couples and stuff think that heterosexual sex looks ew?
They probably do. That's a good point. Anybody that's gay or any of those letters.
Do you think heterosexual sex is ew? Because, you want to know from both sides of the pond.
Right. But one is more prevalent in the world than the other.
Right.
And so you could say that maybe somebody is maybe not agreeing or seeing what maybe majority of people are. So I don't know.
I don't know either. But if there's somebody out there, you could let us know. Inquiring minds want to know. But for research purposes.
Right. Shout out to Lexi Reeds. What's up, Lex? How you doing?
Hey, Lexi.
Always good to see you. I appreciate the super chat. Definitely help. Here's a video for the super chat.
Plenty money, 1922.
That's when I was in Roger Rabbit.
Yep, I saw you. I saw you.
All right, Mr. Jones said P Valley doing way too much.
They getting that content in. They sure are.
They definitely are, and they definitely pushing the envelope, to say the least. The storylines and the things going on this show. Ain't no other show out there right now doing what they doing. I have to give it to them on that. So.
That's right.
M. King said, yo, why did Big Bone and Keyshawn look alike tonight and Big Bone stitching or snitching? I don't know.
Yeah, I think they had the same color hair or something, and they gave them a little resemblance. Maybe that was a play on, Diamond and, his two chicks, could be.
Okay. I didn't pick up on them looking alike.
I don't think they looked alike in the face, but I think it was the hair, more so the hair.
Didn't Keyshawn have like some green hair or something?
No, they had green hair last week. Yeah, they had pink. They had pink this week. Last week they had Big Bone and Uncle Clifford had green.
Ah, okay. All right. That's what's up. I didn't know that.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, we see that Keyshawn trying to get a little plan back in place, but Mercedes ain't trying to hear it. She is not trying to relinquish her spot on that throne, the pole throne, and she ain't giving up. What's up? Why she ain't just starting to do different dances instead of trying to go all the way up to the top like that? What's up with that?
Well, because she's been known. That's what she's known for, to go all the way. Thank you. She's been known to go all the way to the top. So she's just doing what I guess she's been doing, her skill level and such like that. But you see, like when she told
you should make it into like a finishing move or something on Mortal Kombat, save it to the end shit. Stop doing it so much. Save it to the end when it's time to close the club. Then you can drop it, and then you can walk your ass up out of there.
Terrible, Jay. But here's the sad thing about it though. She's just looking distorted all across the board. Her knee clapping, her heels clapping, everything is just looking like she's having a big old problem. So it's like, to me, it's like your shoulder is, oh gosh, she got gout. I'm done. But yeah, so I think she just looks disheveled all across the board. It's like there's no finesse. So maybe she's triggered by the pink, right? Because remember when she was doing her dance for old girl, the Candyman's wife. When she was doing the dance for her, she was much more grateful, hence the beautiful pictures that came out of it. You know what I mean? She wasn't slapping up, and she looked real disheveled and falling apart.
Yeah, maybe she feeling that pressure, and
because she could be triggered. She could be triggered by the pink, and just not only did she shoot the guy, remember she fell. So she could be triggered by it. Why she looked so different than when she was being the private dancer.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she may need to slow down. She looking like a NFL running back at 30. She already beat up and looking for retirement at 30.
Well, look, I mean, I can't say that to Jay. I'm hearing this NFL thing.
Looking like an NFL running back, all beat up, barely moving, can't hang, hold on to the ball, fumbling that ass, dropping it.
Right. That's crazy. She just don't look right. All about what she's doing. It's just not the pressure of the shoulder. She just don't look right at all. And when she explained her disposition to, I can't remember the lady's name, but the artist, the Candyman's wife, she said,
and for everybody that's Coach. She said the coach like
there you go. Coach he does look like Candyman. Coach is like, thanks, Jay.
Like Candyman. So anybody hear her say Candyman, she talk about Coach. He do look like Candyman. Look like he been shaving since he was 12. Shit, I don't know what the hell that damn
real.
Right, the side of his face look like the leather on the side of the barber chair that they like shave and sharpen the razors.
I'm done.
Yeah. Sheena, let me give Sheena a little quick shout out. Thank you, Sheena, for stopping by, spreading love.
Spread love is the Brooklyn way.
Spread love is the Brooklyn way.
Mm-hmm.
God, thank you, Sheena. I appreciate it.
But remember,
said Mercedes looked pigeon-toed. She got roots put on her because she danced at the old Coach house.
Yes.
That's why she can't hold herself in the pink and do nothing in the pink, because she might have a root put on her. It'll make your dick shrivel up like cocktail weenie. Put a root on your ass, Dominique LaRue.
Big Bone about to feel that root. She about to feel that root.
She about to feel that stomp. You know what I'm saying? She about to get the branch, the stump, the root, all of that.
Yes. But how's the man? Does she look pigeon-toed on the pole? I'm done.
That pigeon toe is what helps her hook the pole when she upside down, which allows her greater perpendicularity to a square. You understand?
I'm done.
The vortex of them booty cheeks began to swirl and clap. It also creates a vortex of joy between those legs for everybody to see and marvel at.
I'm done. Oh.
So what you think about Coach's wife?
Farrah.
Yeah, Farrah. She has put together a photo display,
an exhibit
experience. I really don't like her name being Mercedes, but anyway, I'm petty. Besides that,
okay.
my favorite car. So not that she diminishes it, but
right.
anyway.
So did you like the Mercedes experience, Jay?
To be honest, no. And
Okay.
here's why. So I don't really like photography art. That is something that I have seen.
Okay.
So, like a piece of photography that I would like is like when you see those old guys that built the skyscrapers in New York, when they walking on the beams with no safety stuff or whatever. You can see that was 100 years ago. They walking around eating a sandwich or whatever on the beam. I would like that picture because it's unique. It's something we'll never see again. You know what I mean? All that. That right there, and not just her, but any type of what they call it, street photography or contemporary photography. I don't. It's hard for me to have an appreciation for it until it's old, I guess.
Okay. All
Well,
right.
I should say it that way. When it's old, like Jamal Shabazz, you might have heard of him in New York.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So like when he was taking pictures of those people in New York, I would have thought that was dumb and I wouldn't have done that. But now that the passage of time has came,
okay.
now I'm like, damn, that's dope. That's a dope idea to have thought of that then.
Right.
But me knowing me, I wouldn't be like, man, that's stupid. But I wouldn't be like, oh, that's dope. Look at dude, look at Shorty, he rocking this.
Right, right.
What you doing? Taking pictures of kids, man? What the hell you doing all day?
Right. So I kind of have the same gift as you, because the last picture that they were looking at and they're like, oh, it's so graceful. I was like, that just would have been so dope in a copper tone or a black and white. Like I didn't like it in the full color. So when you give your explanation, I feel you, because I was like, why they don't have this in black and white, or maybe like a
too
copper
regular.
Tone.
Yeah,
right, exactly. It looked just like a freaking picture from the damn iPhone. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yes.
Exactly what it looked like to me. Now, some of the poses and actual pictures was dope, and the positions that she caught her.
Right.
I wouldn't want to buy one of those and hang it on my wall.
I would have. Had she changed the, I don't know what you call that, but put maybe to, like I said, the black and white or the copper tone, it would have gave it a more vintage, more, to me, classic, even more sexy and appealing. With this, it just didn't look, I wasn't fascinated by it at all. But I agree with you. The poses were nice.
Yeah, like for example, that picture where she was in the middle and leaning back or whatever. Like,
that was a beautiful shot.
That was dope. But if they would have cut like the head off part and then cut the legs off and then made it, you know how that.
Jay.
Listen to the whole thing.
Thank you, Jay. Okay.
You saw that Obama poster, that picture where it was like red, white, and blue or whatever, or it was different. So then put that type of color over it, like make it a black and white, then put that color over it. Now it's about the expression and the art, right? Yeah. You're not looking at her face or the leg, you just looking at the form.
Right.
Like that's what I would have done. Not to say what they did is right or wrong, because in art, to your own expression, but I would have taken off the head and the legs and just focus on this part. I know it don't sound right.
It don't sound right, but I get where you're coming from.
Head. It's better.
Cut her head off and cut her legs off while you at it, okay?
Right.
No, but I feel you, because I thought so too. I'm like, that could have been like a shadow or something to give it, to me, enhance the artistry of it. But Jay, not everyone has our sophisticated palette for art, the finer things. So, duh.
Sean Odom said, I call Mercedes a butterface.
Oh gosh, I'm done.
God. She everything but a face. She ain't no ugly lady.
Oh gosh,
but she is looking older.
Yes, she is. You could tell, like, she got older like 2 episodes ago. From she took her daughter to the the spot, she got old.
You said 2 episodes ago. I pick up on that. She looks older to me from the last season to this season. Now, of course,
Okay.
it is what, 2 or
Yeah,
3
it's been
years.
it's been 2019. Yeah.
2 years don't normally add up on the guy that fast, though. But guys age differently than ladies. I like that face you making, but
Jay, I've been looking this way for a minute. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but I've been looking this way for a minute.
everybody ain't as fortunate as you.
That's called
Had
G.
the Kay Leezy experience.
That's right.
Melissa Rose said, "What about photos of scenery?" I never been into that either, really. To just
Okay.
get a photo of like a scenic view of a prairie or some ocean or something. Nah, I don't have any of those in my house. I would rather have something either very unique or informative or of people like a Muhammad Ali or a Jordan or something.
Okay.
Or like this picture I got of these kids in like the 30s in
Okay.
south side of Chicago in front of this car. Yeah, and they all dressed up in their suits and everything. Like if you had that picture today, it'll be niggas with their damn pants hanging around their knees trying to hold it up.
Oh gosh, I'm done. I do like scenery pictures though. I like stuff like maybe waterfalls, anything water-esque. I love it. So even if it's like a picture with a a colorful horizon, just I don't know. I like scenery, but predominantly water-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Not to get too sidetracked real quick, but I do remember when I was a kid, my grandma at my grandma's house had like you remember those like framed pictures, but it'd be a light behind it and you could turn the light on and it looked like the
Yes.
waterfall is moving and then
Yes.
she had one of those. I used to love that picture. I used to ask her to turn that on.
Turn it on.
Yeah. Turn the picture
Yes.
on. Turn the picture on. So,
I know.
yeah.
Plug it in. Turn it on.
Those are considered cheap and corny though in the art world.
I like them.
But I do like them though. It's one that I've been thinking about buying on Amazon. This is like 3 sections, but I ain't bought it. And I've been having it in my cart for like 5 years, so I ain't gonna never buy it. But it's one of those.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I've been trying to get my damn pictures to load up this whole time. It just loads so slow now for some reason.
So did you realize how the Mississippi got so triggered on the stage when she froze on the stage when the brawl broke out?
I saw it, but I didn't know why. She should have been like used to brawls and fights, not saying it in a good way, but she should have known how to act. Why she clam up? And then
it was a triggered reaction. It was a triggered reaction.
Break it down from your lady's perspective. Why does she do that?
Because she's continuously traumatized and abused, right? So sometimes you would expect that because you're abused, you know how to think quick. You know what I mean? But you don't always know how to do that, and you don't always have the flight response. So she was, to me, I just saw it as she was triggered. Too much was going on. It was too much for her, and that's why she just went and cuffed into like almost the fetal position on the stage. She wasn't even moving. You could see like she was traumatized. She was scared. So not because you're, sad to say, accustomed to being battered and abused, do you have the instinct to run and hide off the stage or whatever at all times. That could have just been post-traumatic stress disorder, right? She could have been, to me, it just read like she was uber traumatized and scared, and that's why she curled up in that position on the stage and she didn't move because she got stuck.
Okay. Lexi Reed said, I think there was a bigger fight on Mississippi's life other than Derek. Maybe a fight between her parents. Okay.
So
we did see that drama with her dad and everything.
Right. They didn't really play into it anymore, but I sort of took it as maybe the father could have mistreated her as well, because I think at one point when she was talking about Derek, and I was like, had you ever done that before? He was like, I think it's his first time. This was way back when they had the Mississippi episode, and she never said that was her first time either. It just, it's just eerie what they did with the father. So maybe it could have been an additional experience that triggered her as well.
Okay.
Oh,
It
sorry,
seems that she
Savannah.
didn't have. Yeah. Sorry to hear that, Savannah.
Yeah.
As far as Mississippi go, it seems that she hasn't had anybody really there for her in her life. Her mother or father wasn't really there for her. These guys
Right.
that's been around ain't really been there for her.
He been beating her down since she's a teenager. So what, do you leave high school at like what, 17, 18? He's been beating her down since then. What, she's 21, 22 because she has a 3-year-old, right?
Right.
So she's been getting beat down from
She never
17.
got a chance to develop into who she could possibly be because
Right.
she's been getting beat down. So yeah.
Remember when he choked her out and she ran back home with the belly, her stepmom was like, go home. She didn't even let her come in. Like, you can't come in with that belly around my daughters. And she let her, she closed the door in her face in the rain, pregnant. Go home. So you're right. She didn't have anybody. That kind of behavior, come on.
It make you make some bad decisions and tough decisions in life. Yeah.
Right. You have to go back to your abuser. You were running for help and there was nobody there to help you. And the person who should have helped you, right, turned their back on you and left you out in the rain, literally.
Yeah. And if you think about it, if she would have got the help that she needed right then, she wouldn't have 2 kids because she only was about to have 1 right then, right?
Right. So their intervention could have taken place, but that's why she had to rough it out. And that's why I believe she did pull the gun on Diamond, because that's still all she knew. Diamond was new.
Right.
He wasn't sure. But Derek, even though he was busting her behind down, he was all she knew.
Yeah, that's true. What's true? What do you think about what happened when she kissed Diamond after he came through? Because he came through for her with the strap, knocking people out the way. He came for his little boo boy. I know y'all ladies was watching like, I need a little saving.
We need Diamond.
I know, right?
What's it up to Clifford? You don't know that you don't need that sexy caramel guy to bodyguard you. Hello, we all need a little Diamond in our lives, okay?
Right.
Even if it's for eye candy purposes.
I'm sure. I know y'all ladies was like, see, where all the good men at? Like Diamond.
Like Diamond at? Where they at?
Yeah, so, you gonna come get your boo. You gonna get these cookies. I don't give a damn if the store is closed or not.
Right. So I didn't like that she did that, but I understood why she did that. Because remember, she caught her feelings for him, right? And he was there to protect her in her time of ultimate vulnerability on the stage. So all of that feelings, like when you think about traumatic experiences, you have an outburst of your emotional feelings. So all of those feelings came out and she acted on it at that time, right? But you see how when Big Bone had said, the walls talk or whatever, we saw the mirror spoke to her by showing that interaction with him. That's when she saw them. You know what I mean? So I guess the walls do talk in the paint.
Yeah, that's true. And what you think?
Yes, he was definitely kissing her back.
Yeah, he was. He kind of caught himself though. And Big Bone, she probably don't know the whole story as much as she thinks she know.
Right.
She probably don't know the whole story, and she about to get messy. You can see it.
He got an idea because remember when they were having sex at first, he used to turn her over, like flip her around, like, yeah, you get to turn over for this one. And she was, she was aggravated about it. Like, no, next time you're gonna look at me in my face, blah blah blah.
If I don't know better, I'd be real happy right now. He wasn't giving it to you. He was giving it to, by crooked letter. Crooked letter,
okay? Right. So he knew, they knew that Mississippi was his little love sponge. You know what I mean? So he got caught up into it because remember, that's all he wanted from the very beginning. Remember when they almost had that moment out in the backyard and stuff? And so he was there for her. He was always protecting her. Always.
Yeah,
And she knew that, but she was in a messed up, traumatic situation. So I don't think she could have acted any different. When she put the gun on him, I was not surprised. Derek is all she knows. And what is she got? She's attached to him. Good, bad, and indifferent. He's been there. So
what you think about her about to mess up the plan though? About getting the money off the dough. She about to give it up. She wasn't gonna have that much money. And trying to leave. I don't think that's a good plan anyway. Just a one night dough. That ain't that much money. I mean, ain't like it's the Pink is bringing in $100 grand a night. So
maybe it works for Chuckalisa.
I know, right? She need to get the hell out of Chuckalisa. How much money you think the Pink bring in at the dough at 50% capacity?
Oh, well, hold on. Let me think about that. Because they were saying $20 for the men and $30 for the ladies. Remember, that's what happened when Savage came there. She's like, oh, how you going to charge?
Well, they got a new price now, I think.
So it could be what? $30, $40 or whatever?
I don't know.
But remember, I just binged it. So I remember a little bit more. When Savage came, he was like $30. And he's like, well, how you just charged him $20? And he's like, well, ladies are more. So and it was pretty packed. So it was pretty packed.
I think they probably.
But you ain't getting no more than like no 10 grand or nothing like that. You couldn't have got no more than that at the door. It was no big set of money.
All right, let me ask y'all that's watching, even if y'all watching on the replay, how much money does the Pink door bring in at 50%? Which
75%, Jay.
75%. All right, so at 75% capacity, how much money does the Pink bring in at the door? I'm gonna say, me personally, they might bring in 5 or 10 grand.
Yeah, we could safely say 5, but if it's if it's packed or whatever, then maybe. But I would definitely say the average around 5. Even though I said 10 before, in my head is like, well, you can't go wrong with 5.
Yeah, Melissa Ray said it was 100 at the door.
Oh, that night was 100 at the door. Well, then they made some money then.
Okay, Sean Odom said they was paying 60 at the door. Okay.
So then they made some money, because if you just they made some money.
Kendall they were throwing them stimmy checks at the Pink. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not trying to hate on it. I'm just saying I think that her plan probably required more than one day, but it's a big day and they was charging more. So what we see $60. And so maybe she was trying to help her out. What she should have just did is just gave the damn girl the money herself and just let her go.
She giving Andre checks, so you know what I mean. She can't give her no money because her money going out.
Right. Like she should have just gave her 5 grand and said, "Get your ass out of here," and then just went on.
Remember, she went there with $20.
Right, she did.
She went there with $20. So,
and now she owned the spot.
But not for long. I love that spin, Jay. I love that spin. That spin was so good. I didn't see it coming, and it was nice about oh boy, the slave master child.
Oh yeah, and he done pulled off the shirt. Talk about, and this boy done been getting his ass beat for years.
But Clifford been beating his ass for years. That's
ain't nobody been able to hit it like you.
So Clifford been busting. Clifford been busting his ass for a minute. That's the thing. I was like, what? I'm done. Because I tell you, my sister was here watching it with me, and I was like, Clifford been busting his ass.
They've been friends for a long time because they was
right. It's grade school.
Yeah.
Right. So Clifford
he gonna pay $250,000 to get his ass. I'm about to roll over there and whoop his ass for that. What the hell?
I'll help you, Jay. Let's go. You take turns. One whip for you, one whip for me.
Damn right. We ain't gonna never tire out. $250,000 to whoop your ass, boy.
Tag me in when you tired, Jay. Tag me in when you tired. I got you.
Real. He about to get a mollywop up in here. He
gonna give us a meal. You understand? He gonna give us a meal with that whooping. He gonna get like, it's sad. Like, we joking about it, right? But it's sad that he has that complex of being the slave mentality and wanting to feel something, and that be his choice of the feeling that he wants to experience because of his mom being the
it made me feel that because he was the half breed child or whatever, that was the only attention he got was getting whooped like that.
Clifford whooping him in the back of the classroom or in the cornfield. I can't. I was like, oh, no, Clifford, and he was like, but Clifford know the damn deal. And then you saw the scars on his back. That's his thing. You see how he came out prancing. That's what
right?
afterwards, like, I'm gonna take this shot with you.
I know. I just felt so bad for him. And he
I
still had blood leaking through the shirt still.
The blood was leaking through the shirt under the friggin' waistcoat. Okay. And he was happy, joy. Let's take the shot.
Oh, right.
Oh my gosh.
That dude got some straight mental issues going on.
He mentally broken. He's mentally broken. But he got that guap though, because he was like, yeah, I'm gonna pay you, the $250 for some licks.
That dude crazy. $250,000, man. You could have went to the hood, money in the bag, and just let dudes beat you for it.
I'd have been like, you gonna beat me every day for at least 2 weeks for this $250,000, not just one.
Man, a lifetime of beatings.
Damn. But I like that. I love how they switched that around, because I never fell into the whole theory that he would get the money from his grandma, right? I don't think that he would have gotten that much money from it. You know what I mean? So from her, maybe, I don't know, people, are talking about maybe life insurance plans, all this good cheerful stuff. And I just don't know. But at the end of the day, right, it doesn't matter if he has a 250. If Haley don't want to sell it,
right? That's why I didn't understand that. Like, what's the point of the 250? Why would she sell it to you for that when she own it? She don't have to sell it to you.
Right. When she owns it and when she stands to make some money, hopefully, you know what I mean? Why would she?
I wouldn't have sold it to him if he came up with 250. What
right? Don't give me back the money I gave you. Where that interest at? Well, come on, like, no, you got to come up with more for me to leave. You see what I'm doing here. You see the strategies. Come on. But
speaking of Haley, what do you think about her now that she pregnant? And then we see Whisper said, "What you do with them twins?"
Right. As soon as she got sick, I was like, "Wait a minute, she pregnant?" My sister was like, "I hope they ain't trying to do this." Da, 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 da. And then Whisper just popped out of nowhere.
They getting that set up for next season. So
it got to be.
Yeah, they got to show that she pregnant, but then she with Andre. But then we see Andre wife. She got some damn nerve.
She got some damn nerve.
I know. I wanted to tell Andre. I wish I could be Andre right then and there. I would have let her have it and told her get the hell out the house. Like, what the hell?
You had the bone all up in your mouth, and you want to say something like, "Sweetie, no, you don't got no plugs right now." Oh, hell no.
No.
She could never say nothing ever again. Don't talk to me with your filthy ass mouth. Sorry, Jay. I got emotional.
It's all right. You all good.
Right? Yeah. That was really ridiculous.
Lexi said Corbin is attracted to Clifford and they found a happy medium. Corbin was literally asking Clifford to beat the attraction out of him. I didn't pick up on that. I'm not saying you right or wrong. I'm just saying that's a hell of a thing.
I think they had a thing.
I think he's even more confused than I thought, if that is accurate what she says.
But here's what happened. Why wouldn't he have that attraction for Clifford? Clifford knows who he is. Because when they talk, it was like Corbin accepted Clifford for who she was, and Clifford accepted Corbin with all of his crazy Corbin-isms.
Well, they were the two so-called freaks of the town.
Okay, right.
You know, Clifford, we already know his story, and Corbin being a half-breed in the racist ass area.
Right.
That's all they had was each other. So
Right. So I believe that they definitely have a deeper connection. We don't know how far it went, but he did say ain't nobody do it like you.
Okay, let me go to the next one. Savannah said that what make Andre messed up is he never took off the wedding ring, or maybe that's what make the wife upset. What do you think?
No, well, I don't know about that. But like I said, she had the bone, so there's no way. And he's still, he's still presenting himself as this particular guy. And you realize Savage consistently says you and your mistress. She always refers to him as the mistress. So they're not really playing a game where he has to take off the wedding ring. You know what I mean? The wife was out of pocket. She already knows. She, to me, like, you have no say, boo. Nothing. No, boo boo. Nothing for you.
Yeah. He called her black-handed. And that big black piece of meat was in them hands, and
in them hands, Jay. Really?
Hands and mouth.
Okay.
Foot and mouth disease up in here.
She would listen. If I'm surprised it didn't get worse than that, because
that would really have hurt me. I ain't gonna lie. To actually see it, to know your wife of all people is cheating on you is bad enough, but then you walk
to come and see that,
of all things.
Let me take a sip of that one, Jay, because this is hell no.
Yeah, all the fellas watching, I want you to put a 1 if you think that your significant other, your lady, giving another dude head is worse than actually sleeping with him. Put a 1 if head is worse. Put a 2 if sleeping with him is worse, and you can put a 3 if it don't matter to you. To me, I think
that's the lesser. Is that the lesser of two evils? Yes, I would think it's worse too. Like
it's worse too.
Yeah, because like sex is, to me, in that scenario is regular. Look what you did.
I know, you went to the whole level of what you do when you really care for somebody, or unless you're a slut or something.
She needs to work at the Pink or go work for Roulette, because Roulette is the new pimp now.
I saw that. She threw old girl that Mississippi knot.
Yes, and then Whisper was like, "Oh, she helped me out. She gonna help you out." I was like, "Oh, hell no."
I don't know why she gave her some money up front. That's some old backwards pimping right there. She could have took that Mississippi knot and just bounced on her ass.
Yeah, listen, she about to pull out that freaking pistol on her yet again, because that's her thing.
Yeah, she a little badass. She tried to jump hard in the beginning when she was talking with Mercedes. She tried to put Mercedes out the pasture a little too quick.
Called her a gray crotch, Jay. She called her a gray crotch. Like, why?
That's one of the worst things for a woman too.
No, you exactly, because you're trying to, you full-fledged calling that my shit is old.
I didn't realize that at first, but when I was younger, in my early 30s, I was dating this one woman that was older than me, and she had some gray stragglies, and I'm like, "Hey, baby, you gotta you do something." When she got mad at me, boy.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I can't be going down there and I'm looking like I'm eating some old spaghetti or something up in here. Like, what the hell?
Spaghetti, Jay.
I ain't trying to eat those spaghetti Alfredo in this, but the hell?
But hold up. If somebody was supposed to tell you that, Jay, like, oh, look at this right here. These gray boys ain't cutting
where the
it.
clip was at?
But I agree with Melissa. It's in the house. You putting in the bone in the house. Like, are you kidding me? In your own house, why you ain't go to a hotel, or why you ain't keep your ass in the basement? Wasn't she supposed to be confined to the basement? Not trying to, be facetious or nothing, but stay your ass in the basement. Ugh, that part pissed me off.
Sean Odom said 1, but if she's smoking the pole 20 times different, that's even worse. What you mean 20 times different?
Adam Rice, elaborate, Sean.
But smoking the pole, that was funny.
Yes.
Smoking the pole.
Sorry, guys.
That pole was hot.
So being that I just coughed, right? Can we talk about how Uncle Clifford snatched up that girl who made Granny sick?
I don't like how they said Granny dead like that. Well, she dead. They didn't even show it or nothing. I mean, we saw her tweaking and didn't want the water, but like, damn, I didn't know she died right then and there. I think
I didn't connect that.
He said she died when he was in the club, and they didn't show her die though, and they didn't give us that. So like, it wasn't a good way to send her off, in my opinion.
Okay, we'll watch that again. Maybe we'll come on another day, Jay, but Monday or something, and talk about it again. Sunday after we watch it again, right?
Sunday and Monday.
Okay, we can do Monday after dark.
Ooh, talking dirty after dark.
Yes. It's Toy. That's her name. Toy still sneezing. Man, I like how Uncle Clifford snatched her all the way up. But like, who else is that? You got to go.
They got quiet, didn't they?
Listen, so I'll tell you just a very brief story. In the midst of COVID, I was in Dwayne Reed, I guess, and I coughed on the line. Dwayne Reed is at Rite Aid, the pharmacy.
Okay, like
Walgreens, right. So I coughed on the line and everybody moved. They were like, you just go cash out and get out of here. I felt so bad. But they were like, you can go and get out of here. I was like, I'm not sick. I don't have COVID. I just coughed like a natural cough. They ushered me to the front of the line and told me to get out.
They said you the merchant of death.
Listen, so when Uncle Clifford snatched up Toy out of there, I was like, oh gosh, I feel her pain. I feel her pain. You didn't want to be the one coughing and sneezing in the height of COVID.
That's true though, because anytime anybody did it around me, I was like,
what?
Right? You sure? You know, you got to give me a 10-minute quarantine. If you cough or sneeze within them 10 minutes, you guys do something else.
Right.
Work. So definitely.
So that was definitely crazy. But I fully, I like that scene. It was cute. But we now know that Roulette is the pimp. And she didn't have to snitch. So we can segue into the thing. She didn't have to snitch on them pills because
Cliff found it anyway.
And what's his name? Big L.
I don't like how he handled it though,
but you see, he was emotional. We don't know what his attachment is to the drugs, where he's so anti the pills, the drugs. Maybe it could have been his mom. We don't know. I think the water probably has something to do with his mom too.
He handled that situation like a female. Throwing the stuff and saying this and that, and
Uncle Clifford is a she.
Well, that don't mean you got to handle everything like a she.
Well, Jay, that's how we be sometimes. We said no pills in the pink, okay? Like a crew of us now. Like, yes, we said no pills in the pink, Jay, and Big L broke the rules.
Yeah. Still a lot more to talk about this episode. We're gonna have to come on back Sunday night. I got Gina say she want to come through, so we're gonna go ahead and talk about it Sunday. Try to squeeze in some of the Shy as well. I need you to go ahead and get on the Shy so you can come on with me.
So Jay, don't incite my binging problem.
Binge. Start from season 3, so you don't have to take too long.
Oh, okay. But so are we going to start off with Uncle Murder tomorrow? Give me Uncle Murder. Well, might as well, because they're a team now.
Big Murder.
We're going to start off with Big Murder tomorrow because I got lots to say about that man.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to go into. We definitely going to break that down. And also, talk about a couple other things or whatever. So we'll see how it goes.
Yes. Come on back, y'all. Come on back tomorrow. I guess 10, right? After the show?
Yeah. 10 or 15 at the latest.
Okay.
So, and I should have my stuff loaded up by then and all that. So I appreciate it.
Official.
Definitely.
You too, Savannah.
Thank you. All right, before we go, time for the most go rating. So let's
Yes.
do it. All right, all right. For those that are new, the Mosco is a ratings system that I made that's just 4 categories, 25 points each category, add up to 100. There you have it. And also, I do allow a 0.5 ratings change in either direction, so that it fits what people believe and think. So here's my ratings for this episode. The visual cinematography was good. I like how they showed some different things, whether the gallery or different aspects of the show. It was different. It gave us a different look than every other episode. Nothing amazing, but it was good, and I give it a 20 out of 25.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it was a 20 is a B.
I gave it a 15, Jay.
Okay, well, we'll get to your stuff. Hold them horses.
My bad. Sorry, Jay.
Oh, good. I love you. Storyline and plot. The storyline and plot for this episode was good. I did like this storyline and plot, how things was going. Wasn't the greatest story I ever saw, but it was good. I give it a 20, a B. Special effects, makeups, costumes. They didn't really have too much special effects, makeup, costumes. Clifford, of course, always has a crazy or elaborate costume. I give credit for that. Couple of the ladies and things, but overall, I'd give it a 15.
Okay.
And entertaining, fun factor. I really enjoyed this episode. I give it a 20. 25 is the most entertaining thing I ever saw. It wasn't that, but it was good, and I did enjoy it. Don't have too many complaints, if not next to none. So that bring it to a 75 on the Mosco for me. If you want to know what I would rate it out of 10, that could be a 7.5. Again, I do the 0.5 margin of discrepancy. So if you think it was an 80 or an 8 out of 10, I can see that. And if you say it was a 7 out of 10, that's a harder one to show, but I can see where you could possibly have room to make that case.
Okay.
All right. So 75 to an 80 is where I would land on that scale. It would be on the upper half of the 75 to 80 versus 75 to 70.
Okay.
All right. What is your Mosco?
I think my Mosco is around 75.
Well,
because I would give visuals a 15, but I would give the special effects and makeup, I'll give that a 20 for the makeup part, because I like the long fur coats that Murder and Megan came out with. That was nice, and then Uncle Clifford's always, like you said, up to par with his semantics. So, but I really like how they came with the fur coats. And if I guess if all Murder's wearing is Gucci, that white suit was flawless.
Okay, what about storyline and plot? What did you get at?
I gave it the 20 as well. 20 for storyline and plot, and entertainment and fun factor, a 20. Yeah, because I really enjoyed it, but
75 just in different categories.
Exactly. So we got the same score with the 2 categories, 1 and 3 swapped.
Okay.
Yeah, but I feel your vibe, Jay.
It's all good. I mean, that's your score. So
yeah, that's my Mosco.
There you go. Easy.
Yeah. Can we leave with me trying to do Andre's twerk?
Let's see it.
I got more body than Dre, okay?
That's what's gonna make it look better. That's what's gonna
I
make
would
yours
sub
much
for it.
more enjoyable than his with his little stiff 100-pound ass trying to shake.
Mhm.
I'm like, man, will you get up off the stage? These
Stop
little
it. Stop it, Dre. Stop
right,
it.
these old cock strong Negroes ain't come here to see you dance. What the hell?
Oh,
They damn
God.
straight ain't got no voting rights. They all felons.
Damn. That was hilarious. That was
Right.
hilarious.
He over here got the hookers. And that reminded me of when Joe Biden was running for president. It was some strippers that put together an ad saying, get your booty to the pole. Get your booty to the pole.
I'm glad I didn't see that. I'm glad I didn't see it.
I was
When was
trying
that, in
to see if it
Chicago?
was the same women, but I don't remember what they look like offhand like that. I saw it a couple times, but I don't remember.
I hated that idea, but we're gonna catch up on that tomorrow night. But when I saw the ad with the strippers, I was just like, oh my gosh, really? What is this about?
I know, right?
I thought that was a bad move, but such is life.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that shows that the people you're trying to get to vote are low-hanging fruit, to say the least. Here's the get your booty to the pole clip right here. If you put get your booty to the pole.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
I never saw this before.
Oh no.
No.
You ain't get that booty to the pole. Look at that. That look like
I got my booty to the pole, but I never. Oh my gosh.
That girl with that booty walking in, she looked like the P Valley booty.
I'm done.
And these girls doing all the stuff that P Valley do.
Right? Oh my Lord.
Here come Autumn.
Okay. This was for Joe Biden?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Get out of town. Get out of town. Wait a minute.
Let me see.
I cannot believe this. So they basically they took that vibe then. I can't believe this is a real thing.
Oh. That looked like Mercedes.
They look like they belong. Oh my God,
like,
they belong at the pink.
Look like Autumn Night after retirement a few years.
What?
That's Autumn Night after about 10 years.
She coming back to work at the pink. I'm done.
But it bent the pole in half like a paper clip.
Oh my gosh. Jay, I can't believe this. Where was this? This was in Chicago?
No, this was national.
What?
Yeah. Look, vote. Get your booty to the pole.com.
Get out of town. Well,
she voted.
So gosh.
Man, if any guy said I voted because I saw that booty to the pole, and I'm like, forget that. I'm about to do my part.
Listen, okay. I mean, I could have imagined maybe if they had the I don't want to say nothing, Jay. I don't. You got nothing good to say. Just don't say nothing at all.
Yeah, save it for tonight, Sunday night. Yeah, and everybody, I appreciate y'all coming through to rocking with me and Kay Leezy tonight, early this morning. We got a lot more to cover, so if you think we didn't cover one of your points that you wanted us to cover tonight, don't worry. Through. Gotta come through. We definitely
pull up.
Definitely. Mm-hmm. So everybody,
that's what real friends do. They pull up, right, Jay?
That's right. Savannah gave us a nickname, J and K.
That's right. We go together.
Right.
Yes.
All right, y'all. I appreciate everybody for coming through this early morning and hearing what we got to say. I definitely appreciate it. Kelly, I appreciate you as always.
Thank you for having me, Jay.
No problem. And you want to say anything before we get out of here?
I can't wait for tomorrow. Pull up.
That's what I'm talking about. Make sure y'all here. We got some fire content to talk about. I got my girl Tina joining us.
That's right.
So it's gonna be a good one. As
Yes, the New
always,
York invasion. We coming through tomorrow night for Jay.
I'm getting that New York infusion up in my blood.
That's right.
Hell yeah. Well, all right, everybody. I appreciate it. Y'all get some rest. And I'll see y'all later tonight. Everybody have a good evening. Peace. We up out of here. Deuces.